what is the street parking vault?
The Street Parking Vault is one workout a week for 25 weeks with a goal of helping you build consistency.
You can do any version of the workout.
You can customize these workouts to make them work for your equipment and fitness level.
Each week, log your workouts before time is up.
Remember, your scores do not matter.
You just can't miss.
Welcome to the 2023 Vault. This is week 20. We have Aaron here with us for Osiris. And Aaron's got a fun combination of using the sandbag and a dumbbell. I'm gonna be doing program A. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Are you excited?
Sure.
Make sure you stick around to the end. Aaron and I will have some tips to share with you. And for any other descriptions of this workout, customizations that you're gonna need, make sure you head over to my.streetparking.com or the app.
And they're off. There they go on their very first run of this workout. Alex, are you excited?
I am so excited. You know why?
Why?
Because we're standing in the sunshine.
It's beautiful out here today. It's a great day for running. I'm so glad they're able to get outside to do some running. And you guys can't see this at home, but Nelson's following him on a scooter, which is just a sight to see.
I mean, yeah, we love to see it. So let's talk about what Osiris is.
Okay.
They're starting off with a run, obviously. So it's 4 rounds of a 400-meter run, followed by 20 push-up plus pull-across.
Nice.
Love a push-up
I
pull-across.
love a push-up pull-across.
And then each round is finishing off with 12 shoulder rack or front rack lunges.
Ooh, a weighted
Oh my gosh, I said
lunge.
12. It's 20.
20.
20.
Things just got
So
exponentially
sorry,
worse.
everyone at home. They were like, oh, yay. No, add 8 to that.
JK 20.
And there is no rest between rounds.
Oh, I mean,
I know.
no programmed rest.
No program. Yes. Yes. Touche, Nicole. You absolutely can build some rest into your workout.
I don't do it on purpose, but rest
there-
normally ends up showing up at some point in my workout for sure.
Yeah.
So 4
as there
rounds.
should be.
4 rounds.
Yes.
That's not terrible.
don't think
400
so.
meters times 4. We're looking at a mile.
We are. Yeah.
Okay.
If you look at it that way, I choose not to. I choose not to look at it that way. Thanks a lot, Nicole.
Excellent. Okay, they are heading back in.
Yes, they are. So they both went with the run option today.
Okay.
But of course, as per usual, you guys can, if you have the cardio equipment, you can swap out a bike or a row. That works really well. I'm super stoked actually about the program B version today.
Okay, why are you
I
stoked
think-
about B? What's up with B?
I gotta say, I think you're gonna be stoked about it too.
Okay, what is it?
So instead of push-up pull-across,
Okay.
you would do 12 bench press.
Hell yes!
Right.
Program B is what's up. Not that you guys didn't make great choices.
Yeah. You guys are doing
You
great.
guys are awesome.
Love the equipment
But
choices.
holy crap, Program B sounds dope. All right, and then you said C is a bike or a row.
Yep.
All right, and then what do we have for shift?
So for shift today, we have 6 rounds, 1 minute of continuous movement, 8 push-up plus taps, 12 alternating unweighted lunges.
Nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
so for the continuous movement, you know, if you are able to and you have the space and the weather's nice enough, you can do like a light jog. You could bike or row if you have those pieces of equipment, or if not, you can do toe taps, hopovers, single unders, jumping jacks, mountain climbers. You know, there's so
Ooh.
many options.
I'll tell you, the day I choose mountain climbers, take me to the doctor, because I am not
is-
doing that.
something
for-
is terribly
something
wrong.
has gone terribly wrong for me if I've decided to do a minute of mountain climbers. Let me tell you.
Yeah, I hear ya.
All right, so they are back from round 1. They are into the push-up pull-across section. Mm-hmm. And then they're going to hit the 20.
20,
shoulder
yes.
rack
Not 12,
lunges.
20. Wow, DH is wrapping it up. I think he got those done in like a minute. That's incredible.
Solid. I know for me with push-ups, I'm going to come out of the gate hot and I need to maybe tamper that back a bit. I'm thinking on something like this, I'm going to try to break early, break often.
For sure, yeah. I mean, you mentioned an accumulative mile.
Yes.
This is 80 accumulated
Well,
push-ups.
I definitely don't want to talk about that.
This is just retaliation, Nicole.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, so I definitely think, especially if, you know, push-ups are something you struggle with, for sure break them up early. I think it's even wise for those of you who are strong with push-ups, maybe do, you know, one quick break, shake out the arms.
Yeah.
I usually like to start off breaking up. Nice, DH just wrapped up at 4 minutes. That's excellent.
Solid.
I usually like breaking it up how I imagine I'll need to break it up at the end.
Yeah.
Like start with that,
Yeah,
see if
smart.
I can hang on to that.
Smart.
That almost always is a good strategy for me. So yeah, definitely encourage you guys to do the same.
Nice.
Aaron's wrapping it up at the 4:20 mark. They both are on track to finish in the goal, which by the way is 13 to 20 minutes.
Okay, very
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
What's the extra challenge for this one, Alex?
That's a great question.
Thank you very much.
Extra challenge is same for men and women today.
Okay.
And it's to increase from 4 rounds to 5.
Why?
Well, if you get your 4 rounds done in 15 minutes or less,
Okay.
you have that option. You
Cool.
have you've leveled up. You have
okay. I got it.
You've unlocked
Ooh, you unlock that next
option.
level?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you're like, oh, I feel good. I don't know who's gonna feel good after 4 rounds of this, but yeah, you could definitely add in an extra round.
Great after 4 rounds of this.
Man,
I
this
don't
is
know how
some
many.
people's bread and butter.
This is looking like there's some people out there who are gonna crush this. I think I'm gonna do all right at this one, minus the run portion. You know what I mean? I'm like,
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
lunges.
yeah.
Push up, pull across, on it all day.
All day.
And then you add in the run. I'm like,
Things have changed.
this is different.
Yeah, well, I'll have to tell you this.
What?
Brian, the
Yes.
accountant, Brian.
Oh, Brian.
B
oh,
Money.
super legs. over
Yes,
there, little-
exactly.
little
He
super fast
tested
guy.
this one.
Yeah.
Same version as
How many rounds
DH.
did you do?
I don't think we asked that he do extra challenge, but he was one that was able to get this done in like between 13 and 14 minutes.
Wow.
So he definitely earned the
so
right.
fast.
He's so fast.
So fast.
Not only is he fast as a runner,
Yeah.
he's fit. Like,
Oh yeah, for sure.
he's great with push-ups, great with lunges. So yeah, he really cruised through this one.
Nice. DH is back from his second run.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he is. Looking solid on these push-up pull-acrosses. Coach Alex.
Yes.
Any tips on a push-up pull-across?
Sure.
Form-wise.
Yeah, I think, if you look at DH's feet, a wider base, spreading those feet out
Okay.
a little bit because you're kind of balancing on 3 limbs at some point.
Roger that.
Through the movement, just creating a wider stance so that you can stay balanced, I think is really great. We've already talked about breaking it up. I think that's a great tip too. But yeah, that wide base is probably
Super important.
Yeah.
So you don't
the
like,
biggest tip, I would
fall
say.
over to the sides. You don't have to like hike up really
Yes.
high, all that jazz.
Yeah, for sure.
Aaron's
Yeah, and
looking nice and steady.
Aaron's doing a good job. This is not exclusive to the push-up pull-across. This, I would say, is great for all push-ups. You can see she kind of angles her hands out slightly so that her pointer fingers are straight ahead. That sets you up for a good elbow track.
Ooh, a good elbow track.
Yeah.
Everyone loves a good elbow
Track, super important. So
Yes.
the elbows track back alongside the body so that her triceps kind of stay pressing up into her torso. That way her shoulder stays in a safe and even stronger position.
Okay.
What we
like
don't
it.
want to see is for the elbows to flare out. We call it chicken winging.
Don't chicken wing.
Yeah, and if you're listening at home, you can even
Christine.
mimic this kind of let your elbow just flare up and out and away, and you can feel your shoulders start to rotate forward and inward.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
And that's just a weak position, and it's a less safe position for your shoulder to be in, especially while pressing your body weight.
Especially my body weight, let me tell you. Don't want to chicken wing that bad boy.
Yeah, well, she's doing a great job. I know she talked beforehand about having a plan B. What was that plan B?
The plan B was, if it just gets to the point where it is not happening, go to the knee push-up, which I think is a great option.
Mm-hmm.
I personally like that when it comes to larger volume. I'll do a knee push-up, get back into the plank, and then do the pull across. That works really well, because I can still hold the plank. Once my push-ups are gone, though, I'm trying not to lose them completely. Because once they're gone, they're gone.
Yeah. And it's not to say the plank isn't a difficult part. Like,
no, not
there's
at all.
something about holding that for the pull across section.
But it's one thing to push up your whole body weight, and another thing to hold it in a locked out position, right?
Yeah. And not only that, like, we do encourage raising the knees back up, because it actually feels better to do the pull across from that position 100%. Than it would be to do it with your knees down.
Yeah.
So while it might be tempting to keep the knees down, we actually think the pull across feels better with the knees lifted.
Erin is on to the lunges again. I'm loving that she chose the sandbag. Also, much like me, she likes the sandbag in general. It's her go-to piece of equipment, and I couldn't be happier to have
sandbag
a fellow
sisters.
sandbagger. Sandbag sisters.
Love that. Yeah, sandbag is great. Definitely a little, I would say it feels a little different than the dumbbells do.
Yeah.
And even like a barbell does. That weight kind of...
See, the dumbbell is a dumbbell, whereas the sandbag is sand in a bag.
Yes. Yes, Nicole. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. I was just pointing out, very technical differences between these two pieces of equipment.
Well, what I mean is, because it's one piece of equipment, it's wider. Mm-hmm. The weight's kind of shifted forward of like your center of mass. Mm-hmm. So it's a little bit more taxing on the core.
Yeah.
Maybe not quite as taxing on the shoulders, although, man, trying to keep those elbows up in the front rack for a sandbag lunge is... I think my shoulders burn.
When you pick the sandbag up, get it really close to your body, and you can cheat the system a bit. Make sure you get some of that sand kind of on your shoulders. Make it more
definitely.
part of your body.
Yes.
Bring it really close,
yes.
really tight in there. You can kind of squish the sand to the side. You know what I'm saying?
Just a little like
really
wiggle. I really wish people could see you right now.
A little wiggle, and you'll be set. It's just like an extra bit of weight up top.
It really is. Yeah. And if you, it'll be a little bit before DH is back on the lunges, but he's actually almost making this more of a back rack, which is one of the nice things about dumbbell is you have a little bit more wiggle room.
Wiggle.
You can use your where you place. Yes, yeah. He likes to use those trap packets. I thought it was pockets.
It is pockets, but I like to put a little trap packets.
Trap packets. Should have known that you would add a little spin, a little flair to that.
When would I not add a little spin and a little flair? Speaking of spin and flair, I have nowhere to go with this sentence, but let's talk about Osiris.
Okay.
Because, Osiris might not be familiar to the people at home.
Yeah.
So,
well, Osiris, I feel like, is bringing some closure to a few of the other workouts we've seen in the vault so far this year.
Yes.
So if you guys
remember
think
last
back,
week.
I know. Well, not only that, but I mean, a few weeks back, some of his, maybe not lineage, but his siblings have come before him.
Yes.
So Osiris is the god of fertility and agriculture, and he's also brother to Isis and Set. Yes, exactly. So both workouts we've done up to this point. Funny story.
Funny.
I mean, well, kind of tragic, actually. Very brutal and a little bit gruesome.
Yes.
His brother, Set, which we did last week, yes, cut him up into little pieces.
Just
murdered his brother.
JK, just dismantled him.
Next plot twist.
Isis,
his sister, but also his wife.
Oh, awkward.
Yep. as these things go
Yeah.
in mythology, put him back together. So
As
she
you
took the
do.
pieces. Yeah, she collected the pieces of
Grab some
Osiris.
grip tape, pop them back together.
Put them all together. So yeah, that's
Cool.
what I know about Osiris.
Right on. Go Osiris. I'm glad you Humpty Dumpty'd back together again. Way to go.
I mean, that's a pretty solid wife and sister.
Let's move on. So, like you were saying about the lunges, we see DH now is doing those lunges in more of that almost back rack position.
Yeah. It's actually looking a little different from the first 2 rounds, but this is my preferred. Honestly, like the weight's just kind of hanging out in the
hanging out.
wrist, like less muscle being needed, which is great because honestly, guys, the run is probably the only reprieve on your shoulders in this workout. Like,
So the run is
something
supposed
about
to be a
a
rest, quote
I
unquote.
mean, for the shoulders, let's say
Okay,
that. It's
okay.
a rest for the shoulders, but that's about it. But yeah, that shoulder rack lunge, no matter what equipment you choose, is definitely going to light those shoulders up for sure.
100%.
And
Nice.
it doesn't help that you do 20 push-ups or 12 bench press before that.
Yeah, so all together, all in all, your shoulders are mad at you
Yeah.
for this workout.
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
They're like, how dare you?
How very dare you? How are they doing on pace, Alex?
So far, so good. Erin's halfway through her set of lunges in her 3rd round.
Right on.
She should be wrapping up this round at the 15-minute mark.
Oh, so right on pace. Perfect.
Yeah, so hopefully she's able to get that last round done in 5 minutes. I believe she can. And if not, it doesn't
Nice,
look like
Erin.
she's going to be far outside the goal,
No,
which
heck
is
no.
awesome. So
Very cool. Also, Erin was telling me earlier that she likes to start slow. Kind of build up from
I'm the
there.
same. Yeah, I like
Yeah.
to kind of feel it out, use my little antennae and
Your antennae even.
see how this workout's feeling.
I've
and
never
then,
seen your antennae. Where are you hiding your antennae?
Uh,
Actually, never mind. You know what? I don't want to know. Keep that to yourself.
yeah, that's between me and
your
my
antennae.
God. Real quick, I want to talk about Program B because I'm hoping our members who do have benches are, maybe excited or eager to
I'm
tackle that
stoked.
version.
Yeah.
So we have listed 2 different weight suggestions.
Oh, okay.
One for the bench, one for the lunge. So
Yeah,
we're
how-
thinking
how
about
are-
going heavier on the bench press, ideally, a little lighter on the lunges.
Okay.
So that would also mean you need 2 different barbells, right? So we don't necessarily expect you guys to be using different weight and changing weights out. I really don't think the goal is generous enough to afford for that kind of time.
Got it.
And it would lessen your intensity pretty significantly.
Yeah.
So some workarounds for that. If you're like determined to use bench press and for that to be barbell, because obviously you could do dumbbell bench press.
Right.
You can always just go with 20 dumbbell lunges. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you don't have to
that's
use
what
barbell
I'm-
for both. Yeah,
that's
like
probably what I'm
definitely
gonna
mix
do.
and match, kind of like we see Erin doing. Like it's okay to use different pieces of equipment for different movements.
Yeah.
Yeah, so definitely be willing to do that. Or if you have 2 barbells and enough bumper plates, I mean, hey.
I mean,
like-
first of all, you cool.
Okay,
Look at you
like,
with your
let's
2
go,
barbells.
you know?
Get it? But for the rest of us,
Yeah, that's not my.
That's not how I roll.
That's not my setup.
That's not how I
That's
roll
not
in my back shed.
situation. Definitely going to be doing those push-up, pull across, and maybe I will pull out my sandbag for some lunges. I might go, the route of Erin.
And okay, so say they're doing the bench press, what would you say is a good way to choose the weight you use for the bench press?
I don't think you need to be able to do those 12 reps unbroken.
Okay.
But you shouldn't have to break those up more than once.
Yeah.
And I think it's important for us to mention, definitely have a spotter. Like, if you can, that's gonna be the ideal. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If not, it's up to you. Like, I hope you guys are all adults and are, making wise decisions.
I at least try to make wise decisions when it comes to my workouts.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if that's the case, definitely go with a weight light that you're super confident with.
Yeah.
You're not going to get pinned under it. Sometimes I'm hesitant to say this, but if I'm alone bench pressing, I don't tend to put
I
collars
definitely
or
don't.
clips
Heck
on,
no.
just in case.
Yeah, if you need
I
to
gotta,
bail.
I gotta, shimmy or wiggle those plates off and.
I mean, that's not the
bail
goal,
out.
but it is a nice
No.
safety valve.
It is, yeah. The downside of that is if you are a little lopsided while you're pressing,
Ooh, awkward.
definitely don't want those plates sliding off, but something to consider. So DH is about to wrap up his 4th round. I have a feeling he's gonna finish his lunges on this side. I don't know that he's gonna break again. So
Nice.
he's looking to finish in that goal time.
Good job,
It's super strong.
I'm so impressed.
Nice.
Like
Aaron
she has
is
not
over
had to
halfway
go
through
to the
these
knees.
push-ups.
And we're wrapping up the 4th
Nice,
round. If she were to go now, I'm still impressed. But she's still got great form.
Yeah. Her hips aren't piking, they're not worming, they're not sagging as she presses up. It's really good. Really impressed.
Nice, Aaron. Good.
So Aaron is
Yes.
an English teacher to freshmen. What do you think about that?
I mean, I can't quite put it into words.
I mean, high schoolers terrify me. Teenagers scare me.
Well, first of all, most of them are bigger than you, so I get it.
I mean, that's not true.
Yeah, no, that's impressive. I know it's more power to her. It's not something I could do, but I love it. I have mad respect for teachers.
Definitely, yeah.
Yes,
just
Aaron.
educating the future, Just,
Yes, I believe the children are the future.
Uh,
Teach them well and
definitely.
let them lead the way.
Yep.
Here we
All
go,
right.
Aaron. Last push here, and then you're done.
Wrapping up these lunges. So they both went with a reverse lunge today.
Heck yeah.
Which is
that's my
generally
favorite.
in the street parking staff, the preferred method. But just so you guys know who are watching, you could do these forward. You could, heck, even do them walking if
Go for it.
That's your prerogative.
10 out, 10 back.
Yeah.
Nice,
But
Aaron.
yeah, that's
Nice.
totally up to you. All we ask is that you take a wide enough or long enough step that front heel stays down, the knee stays mostly over the heel, not out past the toes, and that you come to fully standing.
Yes!
Whoa! Look at her go. That's so awesome.
Solid. 2015.
Crush it.
Nailed it.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
there it is.
DH always goes for a solid
gotta
fist
say.
bump at the end of a workout, and he hardly ever gets it.
He said, it's cold out here,
it's
man.
Cold. Hashtag leave him hanging.
Yes. Really, so proud of this Pato for getting it done. She is
Yes.
making the Pato team proud.
The Patos proud. All right, let's go to DH for some tips on Osiris.
Okay, Aaron, come on in. Let's talk about it. Whew, I'll let you catch your breath. Fantastic workout. I thought the runs in there were equally as challenging as the 40 other reps with the push-up, pull across, the lunges. My thought on breaking it up, if 20 reps is a lot for you, and it is for most of us, I tried to get more than half every time with the push-ups. So for me, that was 12. And then I take a little break, keep my eye on the clock, being very intentional of getting back on it within 10 seconds to finish out the 8 reps. And then I would place the dumbbell where they would be for me to pick them up for the lunges to get right into it. And the lunges, I actually just did 10-10 with a quick break. And I try not to like walk around too much. I just stared at my weight and then just got back on it. Lunges you can always do, but for me, 10s, breaking them up into 10s were good.
Yeah, I did a strategy of 6-5-5-4 on the push-ups, which is good for me because
Yeah.
10's not really in my wheelhouse yet. For the lunges, this is the first and last sets, unbroken.
Nice.
But then I had 12 and 8 and 10 and 10. It's spicier than you think with the front rack after
For
you've been
sure.
doing pull-ups.
Yeah, I felt it in my shoulders too, just holding the weights
Yeah.
there. Even with dumbbells, I can imagine with the sandbag being out in front of you a little bit.
I'm not great with the timing on how long I take breaks. I just wait till I can see a light at the end of the pain cave and then I start going again.
That works. On the runs, I thought what was interesting is I try to give myself just like a sense of urgency whenever I do like 400s. And for me, what that means is
moving at a pace where I really have to pay attention. If I'm like looking around and thinking about what I'm gonna do after the workout or whatever like that, and if you're in a position to just really focus on that pace for your 400s, get to that zone, I think is a good place to spend a lot of time in, getting to know what that feels like for you. And just a couple things from mechanics, I try to relax my shoulders because you really feel the sizzle from everything else when you're on the run in your shoulders. So I try to keep my shoulders back and down and trying to keep my forefoot right underneath my hips. I try not to like reach my feet out or let them drag behind me. So those are two things I was thinking about for running.
Yeah, I didn't do it for this one, but like a fitness freedom thing I do a lot when I choose rower for C would be to just row for 2 minutes because I'm not a very efficient rower and it would take me too long to row the 500 meters at 2 minutes, and that is what I do, and then keep going.
Yeah, that works. Those customization options are fantastic for that, and just to spend that time with the relative intensity in that time window is really important to learn. Great workout. You guys are gonna love it.
Welcome to the 2023 Vault. This is week 20 and the workout is Osiris. 4 rounds, 400-meter run, 20 push-up plus pull across, and 20 dumbbell shoulder rack lunges. Your score is going to be the total time and the goal is 13 to 20 minutes. We want you to maintain some consistency on your run, so find a pace that you can repeat as far as the effort and the time goes for all 4 rounds. During your dumbbell push-up pull across, keep your body rigid, keep the plank in a strong position as you go to do the pull acrosses. For the dumbbell shoulder rack lunges, find a stable position for the dumbbells to be resting on your shoulders as you focus on keeping your torso upright and your legs strong and moving through every rep of the lunges. 6 rounds, 1 minute of continuous movement, 8 push-up plus shoulder taps, and 12 unweighted alternating lunges. Your score is going to be total time and the goal is 13 to 18 minutes. For the minute of continuous movement, find a pace that's going to allow you to just consistently move over the entire 60 seconds. When going to the push-ups, when you lift up your hand for the shoulder tap, keep your body rigid, your core engaged, shoulders and hips in a straight line. For the alternating unweighted lunges, keep your torso upright, and this way you can focus on your legs to doing all the work for you. For more detailed demos of the movements in this workout and any customizations you're going to need, head on over to my.streetparking.com.